Alrighty guys, welcome back to the channel that brings you everything control related. And today we're going to discuss the most recent banning, or future banning shall I say, of Uro, Titan of Nature's Wrath. Now I know some people are disappointed by this recent banning, and there's also going to be a few people that are overjoyed by this recent banning. There's been no doubt that Uro, Titan of Nature's Wrath has helped control decks massively over the last year or so, and it's been very good for control in one sense. It's made it more competitive, but at the same time I also believe it has diminished other control decks. You've either got to play Uro or you're significantly weaker if you're not playing Uro, and some people like that, some people don't like that. Now I'm on the side of I like to see lots of variety with certain control decks. And don't get me wrong, I love Uro. I play Uro in Sotai Control and Historic, and I'm very disappointed that they banned Uro in Historic, if I'm honest, because those sort of decks had a win percentage of about 50%, so it wasn't like warping the format. Whereas in Modern, I feel like Uro was in a lot of the control decks, and if you didn't play Uro, the other control decks weren't really that viable. And that's my general opinion on the matter. So I'm a little bit disappointed that they banned Uro in certain formats, but I am happy about the banning in Modern. And I know some people will dislike that, but that's just my general opinion, and I will try to justify that opinion moving forward. Now, if you look at the meta, the top 15% of control decks, remember, on MTG top 8, you've got about 25%, 20% of control decks making the MTG top 8. Now at the moment, 15% of those decks are playing Uro, and only 5% is playing non-Uro type decks. So already you can see the fact that if you're not playing Uro, which is before the banning is a $40 to $50, maybe $60 card, which could be quite hard for people to access. You either play it or you don't play it, and it will determine where you finish in terms of tournament position, etc. Now, how I feel moving forward is that you're going to see a variety of different control decks again. You're going to see blue-white control playing Jace the Mind Sculptor, etc. You're also going to see blue-red control come back, I believe. I also believe you're going to see Jeskai control return, and even in some cases I think you'll see an Esper control deck return as well. Now obviously you might see other control decks, and what I mean by control decks is blue control decks returning, maybe blue-black control, although if you're going to go that blue-black route you most probably would go Esper, just to the fact that you've got access to white. But I do believe that the recent banning of Uro in Modern will breed new variations of control decks again in Modern, and I think it's actually going to be good for the control archetype in general. Now there's 4 decks that I want to highlight here in this video that I believe could make a comeback after the Uro banning. First of all, we're going to start off with blue-white control or blue-white Stoneblade, but we're going to highlight blue-white Stoneblade first. Everyone really knows what blue-white control is, so I'm not really going to go into too much detail on that, but I believe blue-white Stoneblade will be making a return here. And the sort of cards that are in blue-white Stoneblade are cards like Stoneforge Mystic, Thraben Inspector. I've got a list here for you guys, so I'll put that up on the screen. So you've got like Thraben Inspector, Stoneforge Mystic, Spell Queller, Batterskill, Jace the Mind Sculptor, Sword of Feast and Famine, etc. And then obviously forward Teferi Time Raveler, which some people also believe should be banned. But I feel like control's been hit pretty hard with this Uro banning, so I'm hoping they don't go down the Teferi Time Raveler banning as well. But I believe this deck could be very good again after the Uro banning, and I wouldn't be surprised that this takes up maybe 3-4% of the control top 8 meta. At the moment it's only 1%, so I could see this going up in terms of popularity and success moving forward. We've also got Jeskai Control. I did play a variation of this recently where they played Forward Lotus Field in the main with Flagstone of Trocaire and Cleansing Wildfire, and it did pretty well for me with Bloodsun as well, so cheats in Lotus Field. And here's a deck for you guys. So I believe this deck could be very, very good. I believe also that Valakut Awakening is better than people think, by the way, guys. If you haven't got a copy of that, I would get yourself a copy, because I believe it's a very, very good card. So get yourself a copy if you can. So I believe Jeskai Control is going to make a comeback. Now, Niv Mizzet Reborn, we're seeing quite a bit of play recently, but I also think we'll see more play after the banning of Uro, just due to its versatility and being able to draw so many cards once Niv Mizzet hits the battlefield is just so good. And they play like Golus, Tireless Pilgrim, they play One of Field of the Dead, they play Niv Mizzet Reborn, and then they just play a load of multicolored spells like Abrupt Decay, Assassin's Trophy, Dreadbore, etc. And here's a list for you guys, and it does play forward to Teferi Time Raveler. I believe the deck could be very, very good moving forward. So do check this deck out, guys. Maybe think about getting yourself a few Niv Mizzet Reborn cards, because the deck could be very viable moving forward. And then finally we have Esper Control, which I've mentioned near the start of this video. This could make a comeback, and this is more like the Planeswalker package, i.e. Jace the Mind Sculptor, Kaya, Teferi Hero of Dominaria, Teferi Time Raveler, and then you've just got Thoughtseize Inquisitions, Board Sweepers, counter spells in the form of Cryptic Command, Force of Negation, and then removal in the form of Fatal Push and Path to Exile. So I believe that Esper Control will be making a comeback once the Uro banning has been sanctioned and upholded. So if you haven't got any of these cards, guys, or you're missing some of the pieces, I'll suggest that you may think about getting some of these cards, because you know, if you're a long-term fan of Control, which I believe you are because you're watching this video, I would suggest maybe getting some of the Planeswalkers. Definitely Teferi Time Raveler, definitely Teferi Hero of Dominaria if you haven't got them. Maybe picking up Jace the Mind Sculptor again, because I believe that's going to be very, very good still. And even Kaya, I think Kaya is quite cheap at the moment, so maybe picking up a few Kaya if you can. Let me know what you think down below, guys. I'd be interested to hear what you guys think about the most recent Uro banning and whether or not you think it's justified. I think it is. I think it will make Control more versatile again, and it will breed new Control decks moving forward. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Give the video a like if you like it. Subscribe to see future content. And I hope you have a great day. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.